What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy J Stash back at it again, live from Fan Expo Dallas. I've sat with so many amazing people, and today I get the opportunity to hear the signature story of Tara Strong. Tara, how you doing today?
Is your name really J Stash?
It is J Stash on my birth certificate that way. No, I'm just kidding. It totally isn't.
What is it?
My real name is Jonathan, but everybody calls me J Stash because I run a company called Stash Loop here. So, you know, the proper collectible company name, I feel, you know?
I like it.
So we bring the added element of making sure that the people at home who couldn't make it to Dallas get the virtual experience here, and they can't stand in your line or meet you, and we're bringing them all those collectibles. And
it's beautiful.
It's a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, should I just start signing?
Of course,
okay.
And while you sign, I'm gonna let everybody know that you can check out that Buy It Now feature. Be sure to check out all the auction items today, and continue to bookmark the streams. We're live from Fan Expo Dallas. The doors may close today, but it never stops on Whatnot. It is a Comic-Con in your pocket. Be sure to check that out and other amazing features on the app. Tara?
Did you practice that pudding?
You know, I like to say
it. Don't make me hire you for a cartoon now.
Be careful now. I might accept it, all right? How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah? How are the lines out there?
Pretty crazy. This weekend's been real busy. Today, you know, Sunday's usually a little more chill.
Yeah.
But this weekend's been pretty busy.
It's been so crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, we're trying to walk through the crowd yesterday, and I always get a gauge of how well the con is, how long it takes you to walk from one side to the other. It just took forever.
Yeah.
Now, so talking about your fans and talking about it, you are known for so many different characters. Is it fun to see all the fans cosplaying all the different voices that you portray?
It's the best, you know, like Hollywood isn't always so awesome at letting voice people know they matter.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons I really like going to cons. You know, people like, thank you for my childhood, you know, Fairly Odd Parents got me through my parents' divorce, or I didn't have any friends till My Little Pony. You know, it's really sweet to meet people and hear their stories and give hugs, and you know, it's special. It's really special,
Hearing everybody's
stories. How do y'all not have a purple for Tara Strong?
How do we not have a purple? We probably got purple back here. Do we have purple?
I mean, so many of my characters are purple.
Good on it. What are we doing? That's all right. We'll get it for you. No worries at all. But yes, that's got to be so much fun to see everybody. And I mean, how did you what was the journey of voice acting looking like for you? I'm sure there were many no's in your past before you got the opportunity to voice some of these iconic characters.
I don't really get no's.
Oh, I like that.
I knew when I was 3 years old that I wanted to be an actress. I really did.
Really?
And I grew up in Toronto, and my parents didn't really know anything about showbiz. And I just kept bugging them to get me an agent. And
at 3 years old?
Yeah, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
Like, as soon as I saw something on television, I'm like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I was going to do primarily voiceover, and I do on camera. I always have, but I'm mostly well known for my voiceover stuff, and it's been such a great gift, because a lot of my friends that maybe only did on camera are kind of hurting sometimes. But having this career has been so extraordinary, and also like the characters that I've booked have meant so much to people. Like, it's not everyone can say I played Harley and Raven and Timmy Turner and Bubbles and like all these characters, Batgirl, you know, alongside Mark Hamill, Kevin Conroy, like really iconic roles.
Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, amazing icon.
So I feel really lucky, and I've never not worked since I'm 13. My very first cartoon was Hello Kitty. I was the first voice of Hello Kitty when I was 13.
Were you really?
Yeah.
That's kind of an iconic role. I mean, that means that you kind of helped create the identity for the character then.
I mean, it was pretty special. It was pretty special.
And you do have an incredibly diverse range of characters in your portfolio. How do you approach the process of creating unique voices for each of these characters?
Well, whenever I get an audition for something, they'll give you a drawing of the character, they'll give you a character description. Sometimes they give a little Bible of the show, so you get the vibe. Because, you know, sometimes I do Harley as a high school student, and sometimes I do her burying the Joker in a video game, right? So there's all these different kind of worlds that have to come together, and you need to know what world you're in. And you as the actor kind of have to try to figure out what that character would sound like doing whatever. And I sort of become them in the studio. Like, I really cried when the Joker died.
Wow.
And like, I was like in there seeing everything, because when you're doing something on camera, you can see the action in front of you. But as the voice actor, you really have to be able to picture it in your mind to make it believable.
That, and you also probably have to relay the emotion through your voice, because nobody's getting those facial cues, right?
Right. Like, a lot of times people will come at me with like a funny sounding voice and say, oh, I really want to do voiceover, and I'm like, have you ever had any acting experience? And they say no. And I'm like, that ain't it. You need to come from an acting background or else it's not going to translate.
It's definitely helped amplify your career, you think, having the ability to have the experience from both?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, everything you do in the world of acting goes together to have the ability to have empathy for all kinds of different characters, and certainly in animation you get to play things that you could never play in real life. Like, I'm definitely not going to be a 10-year-old boy in real life. It's just not going to happen.
This is like, between you and James Arnold Taylor today, it's just like I'm just reliving every bowl of cereal I sat in front of the TV with.
I love that.
I mean, it's just so many memories there.
Okay, what was your favorite?
Oh my goodness, I mean, Timmy Turner is definitely one of my favorites. I mean, Powerpuff Girl, how can I pick? How do I pick?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you talked about some of the challenges in, relaying the emotion. What other kind of challenges do you face? How do you overcome them?
Well, I guess the hardest thing acting-wise is if you're by yourself for a video game for 4 hours, that can be kind of taxing on your voice.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I've never smoked, and I don't go like to rages and blow my voice out. That's my moneymaker. That's a muscle, baby. Right? You want to take care of it. Other than that, it's really like hard to complain.
Yeah,
it's like the best job ever.
I love that.
And I get excited every time I book something new. I get excited every time I go to work, every time I see a character that I've sort of helped be a catalyst for so much joy. Yeah. That if I see them on a script, I'm like, I still get excited. You know?
It doesn't get old to you at that point, right? And now, do you feel like there's a sense of responsibility or pressure from fans that love these voices? Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, Raven from Teen Titans. How do you handle meeting a fan expectation?
It's so funny. You never really know what you're going to get. I had a few people really break down and cry today. Like, really, they couldn't keep it together. And just talking about how much these shows mean to them, and it's so sweet. Yeah. I have a few like stories that were really special to me. One girl was dressed as Raven. Yeah. And she was talking and talking and talking and talking to me. And I looked over and her mom was crying. Like I said, people cry when they meet me happens. Yeah. But this was like something was up with her. Yeah. So I went over to see if she was okay, and she said, "My daughter's severely autistic and hasn't spoken in 5 years, and she heard you were coming and she hasn't shut up." I was like, that's pretty special.
That is very special.
Yeah, and there was a kid in line for a Harley Quinn, and he was deaf. And I know the alphabet. I can't, like, I'm not a great signer, but I know enough to ask if he could feel the vibrations of my voice. Because his mom came charging at the table, and he's like, "I don't know why he loves you, he can't hear." So I signed him. I'm like, "Can you feel the vibrations of my voice?" And he said yes. So I put his hand right here, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm putting," and he was like, and he started to cry, and then the whole line started to cry.
It's got to be moments like that that doesn't make this old for you, right? Like, it's got to be a motivating part of it.
Never old. Nah, I mean, coming to cons and meeting people is so amazing. I feel like it's this exchange of positive energy and love, and it's just the best.
The passion that you have for it, though, when you speak about it right now is obviously the reason that so many fans resonate with you. So it's got to be a great experience on both ends.
I love them. I love them. You know, and it's such a wide range of fans. It's young, old, people like, I grew up with you, thank you for my childhood, and now my kids are watching it, you know?
Right. And now, I mean, there's been such a development in technology and everything with the new access to that. So the voice acting industry has seen some changes, motion capture being one of them. Is that something that you've taken a part of? Is that a different process for you?
Yeah, mocap is a totally different thing. Yeah. And it's fun. You know, sometimes it's like weird, like put stuff all over your face. Yeah. Do you guys have orange? Orange or green would be great.
Got you. There's a green one right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, as technology changes, so does the industry for sure. Like when I first started, you know, we would have big storyboards. It would be all paper of what each scene looked like, and we would carry like big papers. Now that's all digital in front of us, saving some trees, so that's good.
Right. Now we're here again live with Tara Strong, live from Fan Expo Dallas. If you guys want to get in on the action, check out the Buy It Now, check out the auction. All these items are going to come with a Whatnot COA today. That's right, the Certificate of Authenticity is going to come home to you, so that way you know that this moment happened live in front of you, okay?
Yeah, signed by the prettiest girl at the party.
Oof, I love this. I am holding myself back here. All right, so you mentioned it before that you've worked on so many different things, both on camera and off camera, working with studios like Disney, Warner Bros., and Pixar. Is there a difference in the collaborative process between a major production compared to a smaller one?
Oh, sure. I mean, every single job I've done has been different, has been unique.
Yeah.
The last big on-camera series I did, we actually filmed in Toronto, maybe very close to the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it was like one of the first shows to kind of go up while this craziness was going on. And it was challenging because so much of people on set is like connecting with people and you couldn't see anyone's face.
Yeah. Right.
So we would just like stay masked until it was time to shoot.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful experience. Every show's different, every cast is different, and we usually become like a little family, you
That's
know?
so great.
Yeah.
And do you feel that you're still learning from your castmates and people that you work with continuously?
Every day. Yeah, you said you met Dee Baker.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And James Arnold Taylor.
Come
he
on.
spoke so highly of you, by the way,
Yeah.
James.
Oh, yeah, they're such good people. You know, voiceover people are like mostly, sometimes you get a bad apple, but mostly just the sweetest people in the world because it's not about what you look like at all.
Right.
You know, it's like, what can you do? And some of these people can do such incredible things. And they know it too. They're grateful too that they get to touch all these lives.
With such like a great career that you've had and collectibles being so strong and all the product that you have, do you collect yourself?
Yeah.
Is there a tarot wall at home?
I love toys of me so much.
Really?
Yeah.
That's got to be so fun.
I have a lot of stuff. I have stuff like since the beginning of my career, and I have old signed scripts.
Really?
Yeah, and like old call sheets
That's
and
awesome.
toys of stuff that no one would have. I have like from the original Teen Titans. Glenn Murakami drew all the Titans on little, you know those, what do you call those peanut candies? It's like, it looks like a peanut. It's an orange squishy candy.
See,
what do you call it?
It's like a circus peanut or something like that. Like,
he drew all the Titans on those.
On those?
And I have it framed. Like, I've got really cool stuff.
that's really unique. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sure every time that you grab one of these items, every single one of them have this core memory that you associate with it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of kids at this kind of brought me some cool Ben 10 toys.
Ooh.
Yeah, some kids have had like their Omnitrix since they were like, you know, babies.
Babies, yeah. Is there any core memory in particular that stands out throughout your career? Something you look back and go, man, I'm really proud of that. I really love that. Or is there something that maybe got away from you that you still think about?
Well, I have such a good time on all my shows. Like when people say what was the most fun to record, that'd be real tricky to say because we had so much fun doing Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
We're still working together on Teen Titans. We have a great time. But my favorite job that I ever booked was The Little Mermaid 2. And Jodie Benson is also here this weekend.
I've had the chance to sit with her as well. She's amazing.
Yeah, and talk about like people, you know, fangirling. I used to run around like doing my impression of her as a kid, and I loved her so much. And when I first moved to LA, I got to play her daughter in the sequel, right?
Yeah.
And so I walked into the studio and I shook her hand and I burst into tears.
Did you really?
She's like, "Are you okay?"
Are you
like,
fine?
I've just loved you my whole life.
I know, there's something surreal about finally meeting the people. I don't know. For me, at my age, I've watched all these things, watched you, watched her, and it's just like, man, it's really you. You're right here. And a lot of people don't even get the chance to really put a face to the name. I mean, conventions and obviously the access to technology have changed that so much for you. Do you think that an aspect that's been added, like live streaming, has helped your fan base grow?
Yeah, you know, the internet in general. I don't think my predecessors had any idea how loved they were.
Yeah.
And now people, you know, they recognize me, and especially since Loki.
Yeah.
Miss Minutes has kind of made me more visible. Like, when I travel and people are like, "Oh my God, I love Miss Minutes," or it's like, "Oh wow," like, because usually I get recognized at cons, but in my real life I can go unnoticed, but not really anymore.
It's something different. Now, Miss Minutes was such an interesting character. How much Tara is a part of that Miss Minutes character that we see?
You don't want to know.
No?
Like, you'd be scared.
Really?
I don't know that you could sit here knowing the truth about that.
All right, well, like I said, I'm going to stay on this side over here. I'm not going to get any closer.
It was so much fun, though. Like, you know, I didn't really know what I was auditioning for at first. It's all very top secret.
Right.
And actually, I did that show while I was filming that on-camera show in Toronto from my closet in the house I was renting.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, you know, when I got on the Zoom and saw everyone from Marvel and they're like, "It's Loki."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" And, you know, I'm looking at the footage with Tom Hiddleston and I'm like, this is so cool.
That's got to be such an iconic moment for you.
Pretty great.
And I mean, Loki was really like the kickoff to like Marvel's show, these live action shows that they're doing, and help really bridge this new part.
I think, and they're all great.
Yeah.
They are, but I think Loki's the best. I'm not just saying that.
I love Loki as well. I mean, Loki definitely resonates, and I know a lot of people are really excited for it to come back. So, you've got a room full of people that obviously haven't had the chance to make it to the con today to see you, but obviously want to still support you. How do you, what do you want to say to the fans in the room that love every role you've been a part of?
Well, I want to say that I love you all right back, and without your support, we just wouldn't know how loved we are. So it's like this sort of beautiful full circle or infinity sign where we get to sort of exchange this love, and I'm so grateful for the fans. The fans are why voiceover like really matters, you know, and I'm grateful for all of them for coming out, for showing up all the time. It's very special.
It's got to be for you, and I can really hear, and I said it before, and I can hear the passion in your voice about it, which makes it really exciting to sit here with you and hear your story.
Thank you.
Do you have anywhere that you're going to be coming up next? Any projects you're involved you might want to bring some awareness to?
Well, I have so many cons this year. We signed on for quite a few. I think once COVID was done and people were like getting out again, I'm like, let's just get back out there.
Love it.
And so I'm going to Seattle next.
Okay.
I have a pretty full con schedule this year. Still working on the Suicide Squad game, speaking as I sign this Harley Quinn pop right now, and that's a really cool game. And I'm still doing Teen Titans. We record every Friday on Zoom together. It's pretty nice. Gabby's Dollhouse, which is a show for little kids. It's really sweet.
I did not want to bring that up. My daughter loves Gabby's Dollhouse. Which character do you play on Gabby's Dollhouse?
I play Mama Box and Kitty Fairy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like,
that's really fun.
I think it's the cutest show ever made. Like, I think Bubbles is the cutest character, but I think as a show, Gabby's is so cute.
It is. I can't, it's like I turn it on and I just hear the melody, and then I can't stop saying meow, meow, meow for like 3 hours around
the music is so good on that show.
And she's such a great like a host for the kids. Like my daughter just interacts with her so well.
So cute.
It's got to be a lot of fun. So we're getting ready to wrap things up here, and we've talked about everything that you've got going on in your career. So I just wanted to take the time to thank you for coming out here live. I know you're super busy out there, but you taking the time today really meant a lot. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. You're a great interviewer.
Do you think so?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't mess any of these up talking to you.
You did not. You did absolutely amazing. Now, usually the way we do a quick sign off is I like to say that I'm Jay Sash and I'm sitting here with, and you'll do a range of whatever you want to do. Voices, sign off, however it is. You ready to do that?
Okay, I'm ready.
Sounds good. Where else but whatnot would we have had the opportunity to hear today's signature story? One full of passion and information that really gave us a lot of insight into today's guest. Signing off from Fan Expo Dallas, I'm Jay Stash.
Hokey smokes, it's me, Rocky. Hey, y'all, don't hesitate to let us know how we're doing. I'm the prettiest girl at the party. Whatever, Azarath, Metrio, and Zinthos. I wish I get to meet you guys soon. Yeah, Puddins.
I love it. Signing off. See you guys soon. Thank you so much again.